no doubt everybody's well today. The story of the game was pitching. You look at the box score. Grice was outstanding. I thought we battled him pretty good. Had good at bats. He was in command of the zone. 1 walk and 9 strikeouts. Obviously, we walked too many, and when you get behind against a team that's that hot, you got your work cut out for you. But I was proud of how our guys kept playing. You have to tip your hat to Clemson. They're playing extremely well. They can hit you from all different areas. But I thought we had some chances there. We had second and third with Alberto up. We moved that ball. We bridged the gap a little bit. But again, 5-2-1. You're down 8-1 before you blink. But our guys kept battling, and now we regroup and get ready for the NCAA tournament.
Fantastic. Let's take questions, please. Give us a second to give the microphone over to you. Give us your name and affiliation for our speakers. Start right down here in the very front.
Hey, Coach Trevor Gross, CUTigers.com. Grice had a really good outing against y'all last weekend, too. Obviously, Tomas seems to have figured him out, but what makes Caden such a good pitcher?
3 pitches for strikes, pitches off his fastball. He's got that tough angle. Fastball plays up. I do think he's one of the top pitchers in our league and one of the top pitchers in the country right now because he can give and take, with that off speed. He's got the changeup also and the big breaking ball. So we knew we would have our work cut out for us. I thought going into this game, if we were going to win it, it was going to be a 4-3, 5-4 type game. And we did get to that 4. We just couldn't hold Clemson down.
Right here in the middle, please.
Adam Smith, Inside Carolina. Tomas, with the way Bovair pitched last weekend at Clemson, what were you expecting out of him today? And what do you think it is about some of these starts where he just hasn't been able to last out of the first inning?
I just think his mentality out of the bullpen's a little bit different, and we were kind of hoping, I was talking to him about it, that he would come out like he was coming in the 7th and really attack hitters and let it go. And I just think he was kind of timid today, but we'll fix it.
We're going to start right here on the right on the edge here.
Pat James, D1 Baseball. Coach, Thomas Frick, 12 home runs, 60 RBIs on the year now, most by UNC primary catcher since Mark Fleury there in 2009. Just what have you really just seen overall just from his development, just to be able to put those numbers on the year, too?
Yeah, just a mature kid, special kid, obviously, in my book. I've known Tomas a long time, recruited him way back, saw him at the Bosch when he was really, really young. To see where he's come, he's worked his way into getting where he is. He's done the work, nobody else, and he's reaping that, and he's caught about every inning for us as well and still has that back speed, so that's a credit to him and his work ethic.
Great. Let's one row behind.
Bob Sutton with the News and Observer. Scott, what do you think you gained this week after kind of a rough last week? Do you think to kind of get yourself in position to going forward?
Yeah, I was looking at it last night, and I'm really proud of our guys from the standpoint. Been through a lot of seasons, and you're hoping you can stay healthy. That's a big factor, and you never want to make excuses because everybody deals with them. But facts are facts. 2 broken hammates during the season. We had a kid battle another injury with a blood clot. Eric Grant's had a broken rib. And then, obviously, Vance hasn't been able to play. And for our guys to regroup when they got back and to make a run in this tournament, it's a tough group. It's a resilient group. And it's a group that I believe in, and I believe they can make some big-time noise in the NCAA tournament. So, for me, I just learned to step back and stay out of the way and try to make the right decisions, especially on the mound. I feel like our lineup is pretty set for the most part at this point going into the postseason, and keep these guys believing and keep them loose and let them play.
We'll take a question from our camera folks.
Todd Gibson, CBS 17. Scott, you kind of touched on it there. How do you just flush this one? And a whole new season starts coming up next week.
Yeah, we made no bones about it. We want to win the ACC tournament. But no team's ultimate goal is to win the ACC tournament. Every team's ultimate goal is to win the NCAA tournament. And we're going to have a chance to do that when we start this week. I'm excited to see where these guys have earned the right to play. And, it's easy to flush at this time of year, in my opinion. We've had some really, really good teams here that, winning an ACC tournament is extremely difficult. So you move on and you get ready for the big dance.
Right here, middle of the second row.
Scott, you talked the other day, I guess it was Tuesday, about, meeting with Vance and him being, the tears in his eyes and all that. Like, do you have any sense of how he might be trending with his health? And have you guys set, Monday? Do you say we're going to reassess on Monday, on Tuesday? Like, where does that stand with him?
Yeah, we'll definitely do that tomorrow. He's got a doctor's appointment. And, the most important thing is Vance. Obviously, Vance is going to want to play, but Vance is going to be playing this game a long time. So we'll see where he is. And there's always some hope, but, it's just a little bit of a waiting game, and we'll go from there.
Go back over here, second row and far right.
Coach, you talked the other day about Alberto Osuna, first home run today for him in about a month. Feels like maybe the best 2-game stretch that he's had in quite a bit as well. Just how do you feel like he's really kind of coming around here, heading into the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, when you lose a guy like Vance, you don't just use the defense. When you have those type of tools, he's got power and thunder in his bat, and he can hit a double or a home run in any swing. So we're going to need Alberto to have some big swings of the bat for us so we can, put up some crooked numbers. And he had some big ones yesterday as well that I thought at some parks would be out. And he's a veteran. He's been there. Again, he had that broken hamate. I feel like the bat speed is finally back for him, and he's going to be a big part coming up this week. But it's good to see him building off, some confidence. That's just what he needs is confidence.
Do we have any last questions? Right over here on our left, second row.
Okay, my name is Jordan Gooch. I'm from the Daily Char Hill. Despite the deficit, Tomas, you really helped the momentum going with those 2 home runs. How do you keep such a positive mindset at the plate, especially after seeing this team last week?
Yeah, it's just taking it a pitch at a time, trying to fight back in the game. We knew they had the stuff, and we really just tried to battle because at this ballpark especially, you're just a couple runners on, a couple swings away from getting back into it, so just staying with it. So.
Back over here, third row.
Scott, did you think you had enough pitching for this weekend or for today, across the board? I know if you take away the first inning, you kept them under control relatively well.
Yeah, honestly, I did. I really feel good about, Knapp and Carlson. And Beauvais has struggled some, and that's where we as coaches have to sit back and say, okay, how can we figure out what's best for our team going into the NCAA tournament? And things happen for a reason sometimes, so we'll reassess. I know we'll go either Carlson Knapp or Knapp Carlson, and then we'll just TBA that third starter. I thought Kevin Acey really ended the game well. He threw the ball well, and he can strike you out. So, in 2011, we found a way to get to Omaha, and we went with Patrick Johnson and Ken Emanuel and TBA for about the last 6 weeks. So I feel like we have some depth, and if we can get some guys to step up, which is what it takes in the postseason, I think we can beat anybody.
Any last questions? Thank you all very much. Good luck.